Good morning and welcome back once again. Big smile on my face right now. We have Billy, my son, that's in Afghanistan. About this time every day he calls us and on Skype. If Skype's working over there, that's a tough thing. But I just told him, I said, son, we've been talking about you this morning about, the GED program. And I said, man, we're telling him how proud, you were of it. And what did he say? He said he sure was.
He did.
And he's very proud of that, and we're proud of him. That young man is a great father and a good man for the country, and we sure appreciate what he's doing over there.
We thank him for his service.
As a dad, I'm going to be biased.
Sure.
But Billy wants to come back, and he'll probably be in touch with y'all over there. He wants to do continued education.
Good.
And get a better standing, and how he can do it. He can walk right in the door and say, hey, look what I got. And it's accepted, and he can go on with his education.
That's exactly right.
But anyway, we'll talk to Billy here in a minute. Love you, son. And we were talking about people continuing their education in LBW, whether it be through a 2-year, program or some of the adult programs that you have over there. I don't want to mention his name. I wish I better not. He's really a great guy. He's a nice person, and he's a welder. And he is now going for his underwater welding certificate. He's working on the rigs, and he's an apprentice kind of welder on the rigs. He just came out of y'all's program.
Right.
Okay. He showed me a check stub a couple of weeks ago. He's making $60,000 a year. That's insane.
That's not uncommon for welding graduates. Not uncommon at all.
So, people can not only better their mind, but they can better their pocketbooks. Tell us about some of this.
Well, welding is one of our more popular programs at the MacArthur campus. Our technical programs, career technical programs. And those are programs that are designed to let me back up a little bit. Of course, LBW has Associate Applied Science and Associate Applied Arts programs that are designed for transfer onto a 4-year institution to complete that baccalaureate degree. We also offer these 2-year or less terminal programs designed to provide students with skills needed for employment. Welding happens to be one of the more popular skills there, and those graduates of those programs are in high demand. They do make very good money. $60,000 is
the bottom.
That's the bottom. It really is.
But for here, can you imagine coming home every few weeks and getting paid $60,000 a year?
And electronics is another area where they're in high demand, particularly if they're willing to go offshore or maybe down to the coast to some of those military contractors down there. And keep in mind, many of these young folks are 22 years old or 21 years old and making that kind of money. But those are just 2 programs. We have air conditioning refrigeration, which there's always going to be a need for someone to work on your heat pump and your heater and your air conditioner, and nothing is more important in the summertime when it goes out than your air conditioner. Automotive mechanics. The automobiles are becoming more and more complicated. We have an excellent program there, excellent instructor who keeps abreast of all the electronics associated with the new automobiles. Computer science, everywhere you go there's computers, so there always need people with those type skills. Cosmetology, always been a popular program, personal service type program, and there are very good career fields associated with that, and those folks make really good money as well. Culinary arts, you mentioned, it's a new program that we have, and it's growing, and we're really excited about it. Diesel and heavy equipment, once again, if you can work on these big over-the-road trucks and with all the computerized control, fuel control systems and all that stuff, you are in big demand, and trucking companies are in constant contact with us looking for graduates to work on their equipment.
Well, y'all have a driver's training program off campus, but
right.
and they actually drive the trucks.
Yeah, and that's actually part of our Workforce Development Division, that's a truck driver training program. It's a 6-week, 240 contact hour class designed to prepare someone to get their CDL. In fact, they actually can get their CDL as part of that class. So when they complete that class, if they're successful, they're ready to go to work. They're not ready to leave and go to California by themselves,
Right.
but they are ready to get in the truck with an experienced driver and quickly learn all the basics for that company, all the operating procedures for that company, and then they can go by themselves.
That's great stuff. I see one down there on your list, drafting and design.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my favorite subjects in school,
Mm-hmm.
and I always wanted. In fact, 2 of my friends went on to be drafters and drafting in design,
Right.
commercial design, and they're in Tampa. I'm from Tampa area,
Mm-hmm.
and they're 2 of the biggest. What do you call them? Drafting engineers
Mm-hmm.
in the state of Florida, and they make tons of money, and that's a great program.
Yeah, and it is a field that is just spread out over the years, and 3D technology and that type of stuff has changed it significantly. Another one of our biggest programs, perhaps our absolute biggest program, is our nursing program, both the practical nursing program and the registered nursing program. And of course, we read every day about the shortage of nurses in the field, and folks who complete that training make excellent money. Surgical technology is another allied health field. Massage therapy. Any of these programs will give you those skills that employers are looking for. If you come to those programs and have an interest in those programs and do the things you need to do, learn the things you need to learn, there will be some opportunities for you when you graduate.
So this is the applied technology programs. These where people can actually get their certificates and go out and do the job. Now, practical nursing, emergency medical services, I'm looking down the line here. Those I know need to have annual continued education programs.
Right.
Do you provide those as well?
We do. We do a lot of continuing education for the emergency medical services community here on our Andalusia campus. Wayne Godwin, who is the instructor in our...
You didn't mention Wayne, did you? That's my buddy. Is he still on the diet? Do you know?
I don't know about that.
I meet him in Walmart, and every time we meet in there, we talk about the diet that we don't take.
Right.
I had to say it, Wayne. I'm sorry.
But, not only does he manage our credit program in emergency medical services, he also coordinates all those continuing education
Good
classes.
man.
And works closely with the hospitals and the American Heart Association and does a great job with that. The nurses, of course, as you mentioned, have to have continuing education units, and we provide those opportunities. Now, what has happened with nurses and with a lot of these type things, a lot of continuing education is now available online, and of course they take advantage of that when they can, but there are still some things that have to be done.
Cost on doing something online versus in a classroom, is there difference in cost?
No, in our regular credit classes, the tuition fees are exactly the same for an online class versus a...
So the convenience of sitting at home doing that that's the convenience, but it's not going to be a cost differential. I had somebody ask me that one time, and I said, I'll ask you when you're here.
Yeah, and it's common for there to be a price difference, but it's usually there's a fee associated with the online course, so it's usually more. We've been able so far to not have to do that. You know,
wow.
We've been able to keep it so that if you take an English 101 class online, you pay the same tuition and fees as if you're sitting in a classroom.
All right. Well, lots of material covered here today. If they really want to find out more, they can go online and go to, what is that, LBW?
WWCC.edu.
Okay. And they can gather the information there. There's different menus for them to look into. Just a question on nursing that came up, and I forgot to mention. All right, you have CNAs, LPNs, and RNs. Okay, and then you have people that do the medical records, and so on like that.
Right.
Do you cover all of that?
We do. We have a continuing ed class in medical, what's called medical coding. The people who take the information from the nurses and physicians and put it in the computer so the insurance companies are happy and so that your claims get filed. That's a whole field in itself almost. We do that as a credit class as part of our office administration program, medical records, but we also teach a standalone non-credit class primarily for people who are already working in a medical office and know a lot about it already, but just need to zero in and focus on that coding stuff. So we do both of those.
Stenography for a courtroom?
No, we don't do that.
You don't do that? Okay. Somebody asked me that too one day, and when we had Dr. Rydell on here, I got a bunch of questions. So
right.
I figured, hey, we'll ask you. Well, Jimmy, I can't tell you how much we appreciate getting this information out and letting our folks disseminate what we've presented to them today. This is awesome stuff. We always welcome you guys back here anytime you got something coming up. This is important information to get to our community and let them know what's available. Not driving by and seeing that pretty electric sign, as you go by. In behind those doors, there's some great things going on.
Absolutely, and we certainly appreciate the opportunity to talk about our institution.
Well, we appreciate y'all. We have high regard for LBW Community College and what they provide our assets to our community in such a way.
Thank you very much.
Folks, this is Mr. Jimmy Hutto. I'm calling him Jimmy just like I knew him from yesterday, but yeah, just a great person here. We're looking forward to having more folks over here from LBW sharing more stuff and information. I say stuff, it's like stuff, but no, it's good stuff. There's a lot going on over there. In fact, March 15th, we'll be announcing more on it. The groundbreaking ceremony is going to happen here at the LBW College in Andalusia for the student apartments that they're building. And I think that's just totally awesome. See, that's where I get excited with Dr. Rydell. That's aggressive, positive, forward movement in to get that kind of a grant, to get that done. So, with all that being said, lots of great things happening over there at LBW. Thanks again for coming on.
Thank you very much.
God bless you. Remember,
keep it real.
Keep Jesus in it, folks. We'll see you right here tomorrow, right after these messages. No, we'll see you right here tomorrow after a good night's rest. Y'all be safe out there. Beautiful day. God bless you.